Another beautiful day. I've got a little bit of time this morning before the recording starts happening, so I'm gonna get some Tijuana Flats tacos. It's a taco place that's right by here, and it's good. I just love tacos in general and would pretty much eat them for every meal if it were possible. They're just really not a fan of our boy Justin Bieber out here. It's really just basic tacos. They do have like a hot sauce island with lots of random hot sauce. So I'm all fueled up now. Gotta get back to the studio and lay some more tracks. Now chill out time begins. So I'm just picking up a rental car. Gives me a bit more options for ripping around Florida. We'll see what kind of sweet wheels they hook me up with.
Perfect. Do you have any questions for me at all?
Nope.
If you do, numbers on the email. Just give me a call and ask for Megan, okay?
Okay, thanks a lot.
No worries. Have a good day.
Yeah, you too. Take care. Let's go.
Head east on the route, then turn left.
All the bass tracks are wrapped up. My part of the album is finished. It's actually like 2 days later. I'm just hanging out at the studio. Jason had a minute before his next project began, so we're just taking it easy, watching Sopranos and eating some spaghetti.
Nothing but fat and nitrates.
Cabago, over here.
Like I was saying before, I slowed down on the updates a little bit because most of it was just me being like, oh, hey, we recorded some songs, went really well, and for the most part it did. There were some parts, of course, that were harder to do than others, and then there were some riffs and some sections too where we took some time restructuring them, but overall it was actually quite smooth. And then again, for a good chunk of it, I couldn't actually show it. The songs aren't fully complete yet, and promo for the album hasn't really started, so I don't really want to be putting too many snippets out there. But once again, it was an awesome experience. Like every time I come down here, I learn just so much because I always have an idea of what I want to come in and do, but then there's Jason who always like will make you think a different way about a riff and then bring other ideas to the table and you know, make recommendations like, hey, try this, don't do that, let's, you know, that's good, let's do more of that, or let's work on something else. And when we came in, we had really good songs, but then Jason kind of oversees the process and he really brings them to the next level, because I mean, dude's done a lot of really good albums, so he knows a thing or two about it. As a player, you always want to be adding something to the song, adding your style, adding your flavor, but also it's important to know when to lay back and take it easy, especially playing bass. You know, you need to know when to just hammer on the root note of a chord versus playing little runs and stuff like that. It's fun to work with Jason because there were times where I was like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna I'm doing this little thing here, and he's like, no, let's lay back on that part. And then on other parts where I'm like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna pedal along with the root notes, and he's like, no, we're gonna try something else here. So we came up with a lot of really cool stuff that way. After Jameson's done his stuff, then we have some guitar solos and leads, and after that it's kind of off our desk and into their hands so they can finish up mixing and mastering the album. And then we'll see when it comes out. Who knows how long that process will be. Hopefully not too long, but it's one of those things that you can't really rush. It'll be ready when it's ready. But I am stoked now that, like, after being in the studio and then laying down what my parts are, I kind of have what my final parts will be, so I can get to practicing and rehearsing all that stuff so that it's ready to go for playing live shows, which is like, I'm so pumped to play live shows again. We've been off for a while just with all like going into the studio, writing new songs, recording those songs, going into the studio again. So it's like pretty soon we'll be at that point where all it is just live shows and touring and getting out into the world, and that's my absolute favorite. Like, I do like recording, it's fun, especially like working with Jason and getting to play with these ideas and work things out and bring this thing to life. But it's nice to have that like concrete chunk ready to go, and then now we get to disperse it out there to the world. So I haven't quite edited it yet, but I'm thinking for those last couple of days as I was recording. I'll just edit that into one super video that won't actually be super long, but it'll just encompass those days, because I didn't want to just put out 1 minute or 2 minute videos throughout the process. Now that I'm wrapped up, I got a couple days in Florida where I'll see what happens, probably see some sights, and hopefully catch a couple of shows while I'm here, but we'll see how it goes. Stay tuned.